Hi Virgo, it's Jen here from tarotspirit.net, and I'm doing a 2017 overview reading today, just for the sake of time, and so I don't feel rushed. I already pulled your cards, and boy, you have some pretty great cards, especially in the career work sector up at the top here. So let's jump right in. So for some of you, you are going to really be thinking about retirement or retiring this year, or starting a retirement plan, savings plan, or someone you know is going to be reaching a milestone of retirement or something like that. But this is about maybe you want to work somewhere where they actually have benefits, like they'll match your retirement, and things like that. So a mature turn in the career, a milestone in the career this year. It's a beautiful card. It's a prosperous card. It's a card that asks you to consider what legacy, what sort of work do you want to do? Does your work have meaning for you? Does it match how you would like people to remember you? All sorts of things like that comes up with this card. If you're well, young or old, if you don't have a retirement plan, it's never too soon or too late to start, and no amount is too little to start. So even if it's $1 a week or a month, um, start doing that, and definitely try to match. If your employer will match, if you put 3% of paycheck away, put that 3% away. It's before taxes. It's pretty negligible in the grand scheme of things, and get that match, definitely. So look into really what your benefits are at work and if you're taking advantage of them. Or really think, hey, maybe it's time to get a job that does do those things. Or if you're self-employed, okay, I need to start treating this business in a little bit more of a professional, mature, long-term planning way, and start um, putting money away, just like that would happen if I worked at a bigger company that has those types of benefits. Now, this is a card usually about waiting for your ships to come in, but there are ships in this card. So again, getting a higher perspective, making long-term goals, long-term plans, or things that you have set in motion previously coming in, and seeing a return on your investment. I really like this card. I love this deck of cards. I wasn't really like a steampunky person, and there are at least, I'm sure there are tons, but I know of one other steampunk deck that's out there that I just, nah, I didn't like it. But I'd seen readers use this, and I was like, God, I just am drawn to it, and I really love this deck. So putting your ideas out there, any effort you've been putting in will be paying off this year. This is and if you do make some profits, really think about how you're going to invest them. Be very wise about that. Get a financial counselor or something like that. Maybe some of you will work in that type of field, but that's going to be very important. Investments, taking care of your investments, any rewards for your investments, being wise about that money as well. And you have the wish card. So there may be some celebrations at work because of some big score. Some of you may open a restaurant. That's been coming up for other signs, which is very odd. Or your own business, a business where people gather, coffee shop, bakery, something along those lines, and something where people gather and maybe have a drink, whether it's alcoholic or not, or socialize while they're there. Winery, brewery, something along those lines, but it's just a confirmation of prosperity for you in the work sector. So you can't just, tarot cards are just thought provoking more than anything. So you can't just sit on your ass and think, oh, I'm going to get all this money and all my dreams are going to come true. You have to set yourself up for these outcomes. So you have to be working hard, have to be willing to take the risk to start a new business, to do the work, to do the planning, to do the networking, all that stuff. So make sure you set yourself up so that you are able to get the best possible outcome. And this is a card, this queen, this was at the bottom of the deck. She's an amazing manager. She's runs a beautiful household or a beautiful business, whatever her her thing is that she does. She makes a house a home. So she may be wealthy, but she what do I want to say? It's a comfortable feeling. So that's what's coming through. So it's not necessarily that you're going to become loaded or anything, but you're going to feel more comfortable at work, comfortable in your career, comfortable with your earnings, comfortable in those types of things. You're going to feel confident as well. Nice. Okay, and this I really like, even though you have the Eight of Swords in the romance or relationships category, I really like it. I feel like for a lot of you, or for those of you that are, most of these romance readings are not for people that are in perfect, wonderful relationships. So I don't necessarily foresee that this will resonate with you, but that doesn't mean certain parts of it won't. So just keep that in mind. I'm seeing for some of you, you've been waiting patiently for something to change if you're in a relationship. Or if you're single, you've been waiting for a relationship to come along and just, passing the time. And with the Eight of Swords, so for some of you, I think especially those of you in a relationship, you've been in denial about the fact that this is not the right relationship for you. If you're super happy, again, this doesn't apply to you. If you're single, I feel like you've been in a little bit denial about how you've been acting when you've dated, or if you've really been putting yourself out there, or if you really do want a relationship or not. Like, I feel you've a little bit been self-sabotaging things. But for those of you in a relationship, some of you are really going to come to the realization that, what am I waiting for? This isn't right, and it's not going to get better. And it's just not the right relationship, and you're headed out of there big time. Once that clicks in your mind, you're like, I am out of here. And I know what I want now. It's like you didn't know what you wanted before. And so you were kind of stuck because you're like, well, I know what I don't want. I don't really want this, but I don't know what I really want and if it's out there or if it's possible. And something's going to happen where you're going to realize that it is possible. So those of you in an unhappy relationship, you're out of there, but you're not how do I want to say it? You're not leaving and going right into another relationship. You're leaving because you know that there's a better way out there, a better relationship, a better life in your feelings department, in your romantic department. And you're going to start to take the steps. You're going to start living in a way where you're not going to accept certain behaviors. You're not going to be with someone just so you're not alone. All those things are going um, to go away, and you're not going to just be sitting around waiting for someone to come. You're going to live your life, and then if someone happens along, great. But if not, you're going to be more focused on what you want, the quality of your life and what you want in your life, and not so much whether you have a relationship or not. That's not going to define you, or that's not the value. That's not what brings value to your life. So you're really going to be, I think, really focused on career, really focused on action. Maybe some of you are going to move, or travel, things like that. Get a new car. That's just a very random thing, but that comes up on the Chariot. Um, but you're taking action. You're like, I'm not going to date these guys anymore. I'm not these types of people, these types of girls. I used in another video, if you are a guy that likes to hike, stop dating girls who only wear high heels and don't like to sweat or be outside and hate bugs. Think about, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get it. You're gonna be like, oh, duh, um, and really start to look at the qualities and be less superficial. And I think that's why it hasn't been working out. You've been in denial maybe about something, or your own insecurities have been putting you in the wrong situations. And it's like you're going to get your mojo back. Because if you look at this, it's like there's no mojo here. And there's no mojo. That does not make sense. There's nothing here. This is trapped mental abuse, sadness, just not being able to see your way clear where you could ever have like a positive relationship. And so this epiphany, this I'm done, this aha, I'm out of here. And so there could be in a month, a fire sign person, or someone that's just very passionate and romantic that shares your passions. No, you don't have to do everything together. You don't have to have the same passions, but shares a zest for life, wants to travel with you, someone you could meet traveling. This is a motivated, passionate person that lifts you up. It doesn't tear you down. Those are the types of qualities that you're going to be looking for. And so it's going to be incredibly positive is what I'm trying to get across. I mean, when you go from the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords to these two cards together, I mean, you are moving on. I mean, you're not, once you realize it, for those of you that are leaving a relationship, I mean, they are just going to be left in the dust, and you're like, why did I waste my time? How did I waste that much time on this? And you're just going to get it now, and you're going to be like, okay, lesson learned, moving on. So these cards down here are just sort of overall spiritual, what lessons, what are you learning this year? And the one, Temperance, is balance. Balancing your needs, other people's needs, work, home, money, where you live, leisure time, yourself, your passions. Things are going to feel like they come back in balance. And that anything that has been like rights being wronged, and that it doesn't necessarily mean like in a court of law, although for some of you it could. I mean, this could be a divorce too, I guess. Yeah. But you're going to feel like, yeah, these are both cards of balance. I mean, these are the Two and the Six of Pentacles, which isn't now, but those are the cards of balance in this deck. Things are going to feel like they're coming back into focus, that the pressure's easing off. If you've been, tilted too much one way or the other, maybe you've been living too much for someone else, maybe you've been working too much, like everything's going to start coming back into balance, and you're going to be calm, and you're really going to be feeling completely better. It's a new way, emotional way of feeling as all of this you start to get rid of relationships that aren't good. You're really starting to be responsible where your job is and following your dreams and what you're passionate about, being around people who support that and make you feel good about yourself. It's really going to just draw all this positive energy, and you're just going to be like, um, how do I want to describe it? It's almost like I'm surprised you didn't get the judgment card, like this awakening, like this. You're just not going to live the same way anymore. You're going to be like, you're going to always choose happiness and positive emotions. You're just not going to tolerate negativity and negative situations and negative things in your life. It's just not going to be part of your vocabulary, part of your um, emotional experience anymore. It's it. And this is actually a conscious decision to choose what is motivates you and what's inspiring to you and what's positive and what motivates you. And you're even going to be communicating this to people. Like, I'm sorry, whatever annoying whiny friend you have, I'm like, you're killing my vibe, man. Like, I can't, sorry. And you don't necessarily have to obviously you wouldn't say it like that because it's ridiculous. But so some people you may have to let them know, hey, I'm not going to be in situations where I'm dragged down, where I don't feel good, and some relationships may just fade away. Some you may get a different job because you want to be in an atmosphere of positivity and support and growth and prosperity. And nothing. This was in the middle of the reading. It's like you will not tolerate feeling like this anymore at all. But it's really all going to come from within. It's you're really coming into your power and feeling strong and um, consciously getting